Hi Moors, welcome back to the More Weekly, where we bring you the latest news at Alhambra High School. I'm your co-anchor Keiko.
And I'm your other co-anchor, Terry.
There is a declining literacy rate.
Here's more information.
Declining literacy rates in the United States are revealing a growing crisis. According to the National Literacy Institute, 54% of adults read below a 6th grade level, while 21% are considered functionally illiterate. California also ranks among the states with the lowest literacy rates in the country. Experts point to several causes behind these trends, which are increasing screen time, a decline in reading for enjoyment, economic and educational inequalities, and the long-term effects of COVID-19 distance learning. The 2024 Nations Report Card showed that average reading scores for both 4th and 8th graders continued to decline, proving that these issues are not temporary. These trends are concerning because literacy is tied directly to critical thinking. Strong reading skills help people analyze information, recognize bias, evaluate arguments, and avoid misinformation. Without those abilities, people become more vulnerable to manipulation online and feel less prepared to make informed decisions in school, careers, and even in democracy itself. When literacy declines, misinformation spreads more easily, civic participation weakens, and thoughtful discussion becomes harder to maintain. These concerns can also be seen at our own school. The U.S. News and World Report states that about 63% of Alhambra High School students meet reading proficiency standards, meaning more than 1/3 do not. At the same time, only a small number of students continue into advanced English courses like AP Literature. Challenging yourself in rigorous classes is not just about grades or GPA. It is about developing the ability to think critically, interpret information carefully, and prepare for a future where those skills matter more than ever.
Recently, there's been some concerns on campus cleanliness.
Let's take a look.
Good afternoon, everyone. Those who don't know me, I am Caroline Botros, the assistant principal here for Business and Activities Office.
And I am the plant foreman for Alhambra High School. My name is Jonathan Gray.
Recently, there have been many complaints about our school having a low level of cleanliness, with complaints stemming from sewage leakages to trash being tossed on the floor to even food being on the walls of the bathrooms.
Well, we'll always have trash, right?
Very true.
And I believe that when we do see trash, the morning crew addresses it immediately.
We also have scheduled items throughout the day where we have a restroom monitor who cleans restrooms and looks for that kind of stuff in the restrooms particularly. As far as sewage concerns, that's something that happens with any clogging that goes on. We put work orders in and we do our best to sustain from that happening, but we are not always able to control some of the actual items that are put into the toilets and restrooms that cause clogging. All we can do at that point is react, and we do react. We keep it safe, and then from there we have work orders, and our trades come in and clean up the restrooms and take care of it from that point.
We've heard a lot of students complain that specifically on the the street benches, that it's pretty much impossible to sit nowadays due to the fact that there's a lot of musty water or dirty water that's stemming there. That our school has done nothing to clean up the water here, and that it's pretty much impossible to sit here now.
So I'll tell you, there's a couple of things. One thing, that red line is obviously lunch has a line that are border, and this is on the other side. So students really shouldn't be here for lunch in general. The second piece is that's caused by a leak in the actual underground, and there's a couple on the site that we are addressing. We are also trying to maintain the flowers and plants on this plant on here, and that's why this kind of is on. So we've kind of made a administrative decision per se to let some of the water flow a little bit to allow the plants to continue to grow, and then we have a planned project that needs to be taken care of. But again, if you look at the location, this is north of that line, and there really shouldn't be anybody sitting here in the first place according to our guidelines for a lunch eating area.
There have been many complaints from students about used vapes or cigarettes or e-cigarettes being tossed in our bathroom trash cans or sometimes even in our toilets or urinal stalls. Has our school done anything to combat this sort of contamination taking place?
So when we find things like that in the restroom, what we do is we take pictures of it, we hand it over to the administrator, and that's about it. Me personally, I don't. If we find it, we bring it straight to the SSS office, bring it over to the administrator.
Right, that's what happens. Okay, thank you.
So yeah, this usually removed at that point. It's a thing that we find as well at night too. We do is that we have a connection on a group chat that we report what we find so that the administration knows, and then we discard it at that point. During the day, I do have a restroom monitor that goes through. If he finds anything as well too, same thing as security, we report it and we send it out and remove it from the restroom, so it's no longer available. We do try to stay diligent and get that taken care of. Sometimes when we're out doing different things and if we're in that restroom, there may be a timeline where they may find something in there, but eventually in that timeline, we also come behind there and remove it. So we do try to make sure we're taking care of it on a consistent basis to eliminate it to be available for students at all times.
Hey Terry, what are you doing over the summer?
I'm going to Six Flags.
That's awesome. Let's hear what other students have planned.
Hi, what's your name and grade?
I'm Diego Ruiz. I'm a senior.
Diego, I'm a senior. Matthew Fernandez, I'm a senior.
And what are your plans for the summer?
I plan to read a lot. I plan to get prepared for college, and continue practicing soccer and get better at boxing and maybe get a few gigs in music.
Do you mind sharing what are some of the books that you are planning to read during the summer?
Over the summer, I plan to read Dante's Purgatorio. I plan to read Paradise Lost. I plan to read Ulysses and Mice of Men.
That's awesome. I heard that you mentioned that you play soccer. What position
I
do you
do.
play?
I'm a left winger.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
very nice.
Uh-huh.
Honestly, I'm gonna just chill out, probably hang with my friends and just go to amusement parks and stuff. That's about it.
What are you gonna do when you hang out with your friends?
Probably just most likely chill out at their cribs, but we probably gonna go to Knott's or something.
You go to Knott's for the ride or just for the experience?
Honestly, both. I pretty much like the rides and stuff, but the wait times be long though.
Would you consider getting the fast pass or not?
If I have the money for it, yeah.
You ever heard of Tel Aviv?
Yeah, I heard of it. What's there to do there?
I mean, they got all kinds of stuff, bro. They got hella good food,
That's awesome.
It's good landscape, all that.
Good
The skyline's insane, bro. And of course, it's in Israel, bro.
Oh yeah.
What more could you want, bro?
What do you plan on doing there?
I mean, just spending time with friends.
Yeah.
I got this thing on. I got this group chat called Tel Aviv 2026. We've been planning this shit since the beginning of senior year.
That's dope, bro. Is there anything else that you want to do this summer?
You ever heard of day trading? You could say I'm somewhat of a entrepreneur, a risk taker.
Oh, for real? Damn. Yeah. No, that's awesome, bro.
Yeah.
All right.
So.
Thank you very much.
Last night was senior awards night.
Let's take a look.
My name is Christian. I'm a senior, and for the senior awards, I got the Scholar Athlete and then my literacy seal. How I felt really proud to be up on stage. Even though it was 2 awards, I think I worked really hard for them, and I'm just really proud of what I've done and where I've came.
I see a lot of people kind of pumped to get their awards, especially people who are wearing outfits that are reflecting of what awards they got. All people around here are formal. Obviously, it's a big event, all the awards. So isolate.
That's it for this week's video. Check out our website, The More Newspaper, for more stories, and stay tuned for more videos. See y'all next time.
Go Moors!